WWE Evolution was last night, and man, I hope they keep doing this show every single year. That was so good. I don't know if it's because of recent bias, but in my opinion, there's a strong argument for why that has so far been the PLE of the year. But I want to know what you guys think. So I asked you guys for your hot takes, because everyone does hot takes nowadays, don't they? Well, I wanted some of that sweet hot takes pie. You feel me? I asked you guys on my Instagram channel, Malcolm and the Waffle Lovers, for your hot takes of the show. If you want to be on the next video when I talk about hot takes or anything related to, or anything where I want your guys' opinion as well, follow me on Instagram and join my Instagram channel. Everyone came in wanting to show something. Dislike the build, it felt like it was afterthought. This should be a yearly pay-per-view. Yeah, the build, bro. Something about the women's division, and this is mainly about the athletes within the division itself, not really the writing for it. Even when they're given nothing, when they have these big time matches, they always deliver. Every single match on this card delivered in its own special way. But yeah, I agree. I mean, the build absolutely sucks. Like, you would have thought this was a nothing show. Of all the major wrestling shows that happened this weekend, Evolution was probably the biggest afterthought as far as how the show has been presented to us, as in like, you need to watch this. Because if I based it off of how WWE built the show, yeah, I wouldn't have watched it. But I knew that these matches were gonna cook, and they did. Absolute banger. They should do this every year. Every woman showed out. Yes, they absolutely did. I think it's gonna be a common thread of people's opinions that they need to keep doing these shows every single year. The last time we had one was 2018. That's 7 years ago. That is too long. It's also good to see that a lot of people from that card were also on this card as well. But I don't want to wait another 7 years to see who's still around. Like, no, I'm good. Let's just do it every year. I also appreciate there wasn't too many legends that were a part of the show. Not that you shouldn't have legends. I think it was cool to see them sitting ringside, but allowing NXT girls to come up and just really focus on the women's division that you have. Yes, you had Trish and Nikki, and they did fantastic. You would have thought they never got out of the ring anyway. But it's good to see the people that you see every single week on television also get the opportunity on camera. You like Naomi's cash-in and JC winning, plus Monroe turning heel and Io, Rhea, etc. Overall, the women outdid the men. Now, I have not watched Saturday Night Main Event, so I don't know which show is actually better. Solo Sikoa was on Saturday Night Main Event, so yeah, you know. Without watching it so far, I mean, this show was 10 out of 10, brother. Naomi's victory demonstrates that she has redefined greatness. Yeah, I mean, like, she was a wrestler on the roster that if you didn't necessarily watch too often, you probably would forget about, because that's just how she was presented. Or she'd be put in matches that, like, yeah, she probably should have won, but then she didn't. So then it hurts the credibility. But since she came back to WWE, she's always had the talent, but the WWE has let her unlock this ability to be this amazing heel. She really has like this gimmick with her now. And the cash-in was great because it was just unexpected. She talked about Tiffany Stratton so much that it just didn't click that this could happen. This person's only dislike was the Battle Royal. I would have liked Blake to be a part of this match. I actually had Jordan come in and interfere and then kind of setting up their feud going forward. I'm trying to think what other women would I've added to this show. I mean, Chelsea was in it, Zelina, Julia. I would have had Julia just defend her title, not really be in a battle royal. Her and Zelina have a really good feud going, just making a match, you know? They didn't want to make the show too long, so I get it, you know? I guess like NXT girls. I would have loved to see the Evolve Championship be involved, even if Armstrong was literally just a part of the battle royal. I think it would have been cool representation for that show to see her a part of it. Or they could have saved that title defense she had with Natalya and put it on this show. I know a lot of people don't watch Evolve, but with Natalya being like the opponent, it would have been interesting. Or even having some of the ID talent jump in there, like a Kylie Ray or a Zeta Steele, because they're more like prominently known independent wrestlers. So I would have added them, but besides that, I feel like everyone that should have been on the card was on the card. I can't imagine anyone else that like wasn't. Who else wasn't on the show? I just would have included some Evolve talent and maybe the ID talent as well, but no, I think they got it. I just like the Tiffany win. Trish has proven time and time again that she's more capable of being a world champion even at this age. I mean, okay, I would have liked to see Trish Stratus win. I'm not gonna call myself like the biggest Tiffany Stratton fan. Like, I personally don't have her like in my top 5, but I also understand her talent and I think she's great at her job. But would a Trish world title win right now have made sense? I don't know. Maybe like in 2023, 24, when she was feuding with Becky Lynch, if she went after a world title during that run and won it then, that would have made total sense. I think right now, just in a kind of throwaway match, I think it's more just boosting up Tiffany's resume of who she's actually beaten. Kind of like when Roman wrestled Goldberg randomly on a Saudi show, it just kind of helps the resume and kind of gets you through another PLE with your champion still being a part of it. I think it was okay that she lost, but like, I would have been very interested in seeing Trish win. That would have been a moment for sure, but it might have taken away the moment of Naomi actually winning the title at the end. So maybe that's why they did it. Another dislike, Tiffany retaining. Yeah, I guess a lot of you guys really wanted Trish to win it. I think I just understand that Trish at this age probably just shouldn't be world champion. Like, I see where you guys are coming from. Like, I'm not necessarily a Tiffany fan either, but she's not in a feud right now that would make sense for her to drop the world title. Even if she dropped it back to Nia, that would be okay. But like, again, she wasn't in the match, you know? I think whoever she wrestles at SummerSlam, I don't think it's going to be Jade, honestly. I think they're going to try to trade Jade to Raw and have her do Jade and Naomi again. Maybe throw Bianca in there and make it a little different. Whoever Tiffany wrestles at SummerSlam should probably beat her for it. Because Tiffany right now still feels like a big star. I feel like if the title reign goes any longer, she might feel overhyped a little bit. That's just my opinion though. Maybe if you're a Tiffany fan, tell me why I'm wrong. Maybe there's something I'm just missing. Overall, guys, this is the most positive hot takes I've ever seen. Everyone disliked the build, fair. Some people didn't like Tiffany winning, okay. But yeah, it's really kind of hard to have a hot take about this show when the show was just fire. I'm trying to create some hot takes of my own, just kind of spice up the video a little bit. I'm not a big JC Jane fan, personally. I would have liked to see Jordynne Grace just get the win. I wouldn't say she's a beatable champion like how the promos are trying to portray her as, but like, she's not necessarily an interesting champion to me. She would have been like a very interesting North American champion, but the top champion, personally, just no. Also, with her now wrestling Masha at Slammiversary, that match seems really weird because she just doesn't strike me as like someone who should be wrestling for a TNA title. I think the story's right there. You could have done with Jordynne and Masha for both belts. Jordynne was a champion that went to NXT trying to get their title to begin with. It does make Masha and JC really unpredictable because either woman really can win it. But I think Jordynne just would have made a lot more sense for that show. Also a good like TNA homecoming as well. I think it would have been nice. I know she just left, but still, that's just how I feel. I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm missing. I'm actually kind of happy with the tag team match that we got instead of the Bellas versus Liv Morgan and Raquel. Because like Raquel and Roxanne, I feel like work so much better together because of that size difference. Because Roxanne, while she's very good, she makes Raquel look even bigger. And with Raquel like working really big as well, like she looks so amazing. Also with Roxanne still being newer to the roster, Raquel's star power isn't drowned by Liv Morgan because Liv Morgan's such a bigger star that Raquel always felt like the other tag partner, where now they kind of feel a little more equal. Would the Bellas winning the tag team titles in 2025 be cool? Yes. I don't know. I feel like what we got was so much better because it set up so many more different storylines. The crowd loves Charlotte, and I have never seen the crowd love Charlotte so much that was a really cool moment to just witness, especially with that Player Tribune article she put out. Like, it was really cool to see Charlotte like get the flowers that she does deserve because she really is that good. I'm not even a huge Charlotte Flair fan, but I know she's that good and deserves those flowers. Alexa being involved was cool. Now Sol Ruca and Zarya, they might have a few going forward. Like, who knows? There is so much more that came out of that tag team match, having the fatal four-way, than we probably would have just being Liv and Raquel versus the Bellas, you know? So I liked it a lot more personally. If I was going to add one more legend to the show just to kind of spice it up a little bit, I would have found Eve Torres. Maybe she doesn't want to get involved in wrestling anymore, but Eve Torres was my favorite growing up, and I would have put her in the Battle Royal as a surprise because anyone that's there, they like women's wrestling, so they know who she's going to be, and it's going to be a cool moment. Yes, we could talk about Paige and AJ Lee not being there as well, but like, we kind of Paige is going to happen at some point, right? It has to. AJ, it probably will at some point, probably. Maybe I'm just being hopeful for no reason, but like an Eve Torres entrance into the Battle Royal, even if she was only in it for like 4 or 5 minutes, would have been dope. It's a really great show. I don't know why I started with this for hot takes, because if you actually watched it, it was fire. It was so good. Don't wait 7 more years, WWE. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. My name's Malcolm, and we're out.
We going up like 1,000. I'm a flex just like a MuscleManMalcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'm a flex just like a MuscleManMalcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze.